You're listening to Up the Turnpike with hosts Mitch Anderson and Matt O'Leary.
What is going on, Isles fans? Matt O'Leary riding solo here for the Up the Turnpike post-game show. Just wanted to come on quick and do a little recap for this Islanders-Rangers game. Figured with the NFL slate up against this game, I didn't think a live post-game show was necessary, but still wanted to come on and talk to you guys about the Islanders' 5-2 loss against the New York Rangers. Really, unfortunately, can't say I'm all that surprised by the end result of this game when you consider how the Islanders have played at the start of the year, how the Islanders have played against the Rangers over the last couple of years, and how banged up this Islanders team is without their entirety of the left side on the defensive end. No Pelech, no Romanov, no Mike Riley. So you have Pulak playing on the offside. You have Chalowski and Bolduc in the lineup. And oh, by the way, 2/3 of your top line is out. So not shocked at all to see this being the end result. So let's get into it. We'll go through the goals. We'll take a look at the box score numbers and then get ourselves out of here. Pretty quick into this game, 3 minutes, 44 seconds in. Short-handed. Islanders go to an early power play, but short-handed, Chris Kreider capitalizes off a downright abysmal Noah Dobson decision. What the hell was that? Just flinging it across the ice, and Mika Zibanejad and Chris Kreider just play catch the entire way. I'm going to replay it again because, one, can't keep it in the zone, then just flings it across right directly to Mika. What are we doing? This guy's playing on a contract year and has been horrible, horrendous. He's going to be a restricted free agent. Are you paying Noah Dobson $8-9 million AAV? Which, like, that's the going rate for these defensemen who are putting up tons and tons of points. The guy stinks. He's been horrible this year. I don't think there's any world where you could pay Noah Dobson that kind of money. The Islanders escaped, by the way, the first period with just a 1-0 game after one. But I thought, anyway, Ilya Sorokin was very good in the first period. 11 shots to the Islanders 10. The Islanders got shots in this game. Guess what? Could not capitalize and made a ton of mistakes that the Rangers were able to capitalize on. For instance, this Vincent Trocheck goal that we know why Samuel Bolduc is normally not in the NHL. Just an abysmal turnover, takes it behind the net, gets his pocket picked by Trocheck, and it's a little, hey, how you doing, in the back of the net. Oh, I'm sorry, it might have been by Riley Smith, perhaps. Anyway, moral of the story, just not a wise play by the Islanders defenseman who really, like, I thought there was a chance he could be this team's 7th defenseman out of the gate, but just not an NHL player. I mean, that is becoming painfully obvious, and they can't be competitive with this defensive core. I don't know how they beat Buffalo the other night, but this game in particular against the Rangers, the defense was just flat out bad. Just flat out bad in this one. Now, right before there were a few goals in this second period. So the Islanders had 18 shots, the Rangers 16. So it was a high energy period. Islanders get on the scoreboard courtesy of Casey Cizikas, and this is just your typical, like, grinder Casey Cizikas goal. Gets it going out of the zone. Engvall comes in with it and just goes to the net. Gets it in. Shesterkin unable to cover it, and Cizikas goes not exactly coast to coast, but helps get it out of the zone with some pressure and goes to the net. Good things happen when you go to the front of the net, and this is a perfect example of it. So Islanders find themselves on the board. All right, you take that. Although Artemi Panarin just absolutely rips one on the power play. This is from really far out, but it was a good screen in front. He's going to shoot it from here, which is way far back, obviously, but it's a good screen in front by Trocheck, and that was enough to get it to go on that penalty. Excuse me. Let's see. It was at the 11:04 mark. So if we scroll down, we could be able to tell it was the holding penalty or hooking, excuse me, from Ryan Pulock. Anders Lee was also called on interference against Jacob Trouba. I thought that one was borderline. I thought the Islanders are going to have a chance to tie it after they're having a few minutes of 5-on-3 time due to a Chris Kreider hooking and an Adam Fox delay a game. Fortunately, that wasn't the case, and the Rangers would extend their lead. But Brock Nelson gets one with 8 seconds left in the period. It's not Brocktober anymore, but still, you would get Brock continuing to score goals into the month of November. Kyle Palmieri rips one or tries to rip one, but instead it kind of just ends up right in front of Brock Nelson, who just taps it home the rest of the way. Good goal by Brock Nelson. It kind of saved that second period in a way where it was, you're not leaving the period rather down 2. It's still a 1-goal game. And that was big, and hoping that it would carry over momentum into the third period. That wasn't the case, unfortunately. So this would become a 4-2 game as Adam Edstrom would get his first goal of the season, 5:18 into it. A deflected shot in front. It's off a face-off. And we'll say the play develop here. Noah Dobson. There's another turnover. Okay, that was strange. Okay, so we don't get we don't get an actual goal visualizer. I should have clicked on that before hitting that. But anyway, Adam Edstrom scores to make it 4-2, and then Artemi Panarin would add an empty net goal. The Islanders were aggressive, down 2 goals. They pulled the goalie early at 16:37. So what? That's 3 minutes and 23 seconds left. The Rangers are able to score. So 5-2 game, shots on goal, 40 shots for the Rangers. Islanders with 37. Islanders better in the face-off dot, 57.4 to 42.6. Power play, Isles 0 for 5. Shocking. That's been the story of their season. Special teams not nearly good enough. Power play for the Rangers went 1 for 3. Penalty minutes 10 to 6. Hits 19-17. Not a crazy physical game. Block shots, Rangers blocked 18 to the Islanders 10. Giveaways, Islanders with a ton, 23, and 12 takeaways there. Just taking a look again at the box score numbers now for the Islanders. Leading the way for forwards was Bo Horvat. Can't say that's overly surprising after Matthew Barzal is out. He is the Islanders' next best forward. Brock Nelson, a touch on the lower side at 19:03. And least amount was Hudson Fasching, played 6 minutes, 33 seconds. Kyle McLean, 8:59, or 8:54 rather, sorry. Oliver Wahlstrom, 11 minutes, 25 seconds. Samuel Bolduc barely played and was horrendous. Ryan Pulock played 29 minutes and 24 seconds. Good God. Ryan Pulock played a ton in this game. Dobson, 25-21. Grant Hutton, 14-14. Chalowski, 13-53. Bolduc, 5 minutes, 56 seconds, and had a horrific turnover that led to the second goal in this game. Islanders are not going to be able to survive with this defensive core. It's just flat out not good enough. As for Ilya Sorokin, the numbers aren't going to look great. Yeah, 897 save percentage, 35 saves on 39 attempts, so 4 goals allowed, 897 save percentage. I don't really blame him for any of the goals that went through. I thought he made some big saves, actually, and this was just a disaster from a beat-up Islanders team. So, unfortunately, I think the season is trending towards getting pretty ugly. I just hope that we don't see Lou Lamoriello trade assets for a defenseman to try to save this team. I don't think this team is worthy of saving. That's my stance on it. Mitch and I will talk on Monday. We'll do a pod on Monday. So make sure you subscribe to the Patreon for that. But other than that, let me know your comments on this game down below in the comments. I'm Matt O'Leary. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you next time.